When you've outgrown your life. Have you ever woken up and felt like your life shrank overnight? Not in some dramatic way, just a quiet, persistent sense that the world around you no longer fits. Your habits feel hollow. Your conversations echo. Even your dreams seem distant. It's not burnout. It's not boredom. It's something deeper. A low hum beneath the surface whispering, "There's more to you than this." This feeling, this friction between who you are and who you're becoming is not a problem to solve. It's a sign that you're evolving, the space between selves. At some point, we all reach a threshold. The person we've been no longer feels true, but the person we're becoming hasn't fully arrived. This middle ground, uncomfortable, uncertain, is the cocoon stage. You're not lost, you're transforming. But society doesn't teach us how to be in between. It teaches us to act, fix, change something fast. New job, new goals, new relationship. But shifting the scenery doesn't shift the story if the narrator inside you stays the same. As the philosopher Krishnamurti once said, "It is no measure of health to be well-adjusted to a profoundly sick society." In other words, just because something is common doesn't mean it's right for you. Why the old identity feels safe? We all wear masks, not because we're fake, but because we were taught which parts of ourselves were acceptable. We build these masks from childhood, culture, praise, punishment. They once kept us safe, but eventually what once protected us begins to confine us. And yet, we hold on. Not because it feels good, but because it feels known. Letting go of your old identity can feel like death, but clinging to it is a slow erosion of your potential. Inner work comes first. The world often tells us, change your circumstances and you'll feel better. But what if your circumstances reflect your inner alignment? When your outer life feels too small, it's often because your inner self is trying to expand. No amount of rearranging the furniture helps if the room itself is the wrong shape. That's why growth doesn't start with action, it starts with honesty. Ask yourself, what roles am I performing that no longer feel true? Which beliefs am I dragging behind me like old luggage? Am I shrinking to fit the life I built at a different stage of consciousness? The cost of holding on. There is pain in letting go, but there is greater pain in holding on to a version of yourself that no longer fits. The philosopher Kierkegaard wrote, "To be that self which one truly is indeed the opposite of despair. To not change when your soul is begging you to is a slow despair dressed in routine. But to surrender, to step into the unknown without a map, that is where transformation begins. Becoming the author of your life." Letting go is not erasing yourself. It's remembering who you were before the world told you who to be. This is not about self-improvement. It's about self-liberation. You are not here to endlessly edit a life someone else outlined for you. You are here to write your own script, to speak in your own voice, to live in a way that feels honest. So if life feels too small right now, maybe it's not a sign that something is wrong. Maybe it's a quiet invitation to step beyond who you've been and become who you truly are.